So we didn't completed that that last lecture. Once again, space vector. Space vector is a transformation for analyzing three-phase electrical systems. Here we are converting a three-phase system to a two-phase system. Three-phase system into two-phase system. Three-phase system is APC and it is converted into alpha beta or DQ. Alpha beta is a stationary reference frame. DQ is a rotating reference frame. And corresponding mathematics like how do we transform into alpha beta using Clark transformation, and we can transform into DQ using Park transformation. And whenever we are using this type of transformation for controlling the PWM output, it is known as space vector modulation. Pulse width modulation, PWM, is in general it is producing the desired three-phase AC voltage by using pulse width modulation. And you can use this space vector modulation concept, space vector transformation concept into this PWM modulation to accurately generate the three-phase AC voltages with respect to the requirement. Then it is known as space vector modulation. So the term space originally stands for two-dimensional complex plane in which the three-phase quantities are transformed. The transformation from three-phase to two-phase is called space vector transformation. That is by using Clark and Park transformations. And space vector modulation, it is an algorithm. This algorithm actually uses using this space vector transformation for the control of pulse width modulation. You know, the pulse width modulation actually used for creation of alternating current waveforms, most commonly to drive the three-phase AC powered motors at varying speed from a DC source. The output is given to three-phase induction motor. So we can effectively utilize the space vector concept in a PWM method to control the output voltage. So you need to study only the basics of space vector modulation. There are no need of going to in-depth of a space vector modulation. I am trying to share a general idea of or general introductory idea of space vector modulation here. You can see that this is a three-phase inverter. Three-phase inverter, you can see there are 6 switches. From this 6 switches can be operated in different combination. The two combination, you can directly say that if all the switches are closed, means there will not be any output voltage. That is this last state I have written. V7-111. All the switches are on. Any one of the switches are on. Any one of the switches from the one leg is on. That means there will not be any output voltage. All the switches are on means this becomes direct short circuit. You cannot achieve such an operation, that is A plus and A minus are on at a time. That will be resulting in the direct short circuit. B plus and B minus is on means direct short circuit. So suppose A plus, B plus, C plus, these 3 switches are on, means that also will not leads any direct short circuit, but there will not be any output voltage. Similarly, if any of all the 3 switches in a group is open, means there will not be any output voltage. So these two combination V0 is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. These two combination, that is any group. This is a positive group, this is negative group. If all the positive group switches are on or off, there will not be any output. All the negative groups are on or off, there will not be any output. So this V0 and V7, there will not be any output across the line, or VAB, VBC, VCA, all these are 0. Then it is known as 0 vector. So active vectors, that is the combination at which there will be a voltage is available across the between the line. That is the active vectors. There are 6 active vectors, that is 1 0 0, 1 1 0, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, 0 0 1, 1 0 1. These 6 are active vectors, and correspondingly switching pattern is also given here. And you can analyze, you know that for a particular time interval, suppose the combination is 1 0 0, for a particular time interval of that ABC frame, the total output voltage will be the resultant of these active vectors V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. So you can analyze this in a 2-phase system, that is 2-coordinate system, rather than in a 3-phase system. When you are using that space vector transformation, it comes under the space vector modulation. The 8 possible switching vectors for the inverters are V0 through V7 with 6 active switching vectors and 2 zero vectors. And similar way, when you are drawing or implementing the space vector modulation, you need to convert all the 3-phase switching state into 2-phase, that is D and Q. And for a particular time interval, for every interval you will get a particular output, that is the resultant of all the active switching vectors, that is the resultant of V1 to V6. And these switching vectors, this is the first vector V1, this is V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. At a particular time interval, the output voltage of the inverter is the combination of corresponding resultant vectors of V1 to V6. And that is actually calculating not in the 3-phase coordinate system, but in DQ system, that is converting into 2-phase quantities. So the basic assumption is that there will not be any requirement of 3 quantities to find out the output voltage. Only need 2 quantities, direct axis component and quadrature axis component. From that itself you can find out what is the output voltage. So the mathematical complexity can be reduced. So you need to understand this much only, the space vector modulation utilizing the space vector transformation, and these are the active switching states, zero states, etc. By using this you can convert it into DQ frame, and at particular interval the output voltage is the resultant of the active switching states. And you can see from here it is a animation of PWM modulation, typically a space vector modulation. Here you can see that this is the actual 3-phase system rotating in a 360 degree, and this is actually the 6 active switching vectors, and it is having that the resultant, you can see that there is a 3 vectors here, 3 vector, and for each part of this 60 degree, each part of the 60, resultant is this black vector. Resultant is the black vector, and it is a resultant of any of 2 vectors, any 2 vectors only. That is what is we already called, it is a transformation from 3-phase to 2-phase system. We need only 2 active vectors to find out the output voltage for a particular time interval. So here you can see that for this particular case it is V3 and V1, this is V2 and V3, this is V2 and V6, here it is resultant V6 and V4, Here it is V4 and V5. Here it is V5 and V1. So only 2 vectors is sufficient to find out the output voltage when you are transforming into DQ plane. Based upon that, you can find out the switching pulses. This might you familiar how the pulses are generating. It is a control voltage is DC. Actually, this voltage is, you can see here itself, this voltage. So this voltage is compared with a modulating voltage, and depending upon that, this switching pulses are generating. And this switching pulse width is depending upon, you can see its magnitude. Whenever its magnitude is reducing, this pulse width will be reduced. You can see, you can compare this with this. Okay. So space vector modulation, we are transforming 3-phase system into 2-phase, and the resultant vector is the resultant of the two active vectors for a particular time interval, that you can see here. And depending upon that, if it is a V1 and V3, depending upon the switching action is taken place. And you can see that here also the various voltages are written, how much percentage, V0, V1. This will be varying, V0, V2, V6, V7, now it is V4. This, all the 7 states are given here, and depending upon this switching action is taking place. Depending upon this, the pulse widths are modulating. So all these things you can verify from here, and you need to understand what is space vector, and you should explain the earlier explanation of transformation of ABC to alpha beta to DQ, and its transformation matrices. All these things you should explain. Once if a question is asked, explain the space vector modulation, you should explain space vector, what is a space vector, what is the space vector transformation. In that you should explain Park transformation and Clark transformation. Then you draw the circuit diagram. For an example, for a PWM, space vector is applied. It is known as space vector pulse width modulation. Then depending upon the switching state, you can draw the switching vectors in the DQ plane, and at a particular time interval, this resultant is the resultant of these two active vectors. This segment 1, it is 6 and 1, V1 and V6. Like that, resultant vector you can write. Here it is V6, V5, V4, V3, V2 and V1. So it is these two voltages, V1 and V2. Resultant vector is resultant of this V1 and V2. Here the resultant is resultant of V2 and V3. Here the resultant is resultant of V3 and V4. Here the output voltage is resultant of V4 and V5. Here the output is resultant of V5 and V6. Likewise, in a 2-axis, you can find out the output voltage. This is the animation. And the same space vector modulation techniques you can implement in a field oriented control. Earlier we shown a block diagram. The same block diagram here, where we are used a PWM only. Now we can use a space vector PWM technique here. Then it is known as field oriented control with the space vector pulse width modulation. The same thing, ABC currents are sensed. It is converted into alpha beta, then DQ. You will get IQ and ID, and this is compared with IQ reference, that is for